Today I'm going to show you how to create practice sets in Google Classroom. So to start, we want to go to our sidebar and click on practice sets, and then we'll click create. What we'll do is we'll title ours, and I'll say it's a demo. So the first thing you can do that's pretty cool is you can type in math problems. So solve the following, and then if you click on the special symbol here, you'll have a special math problem. So if we want to say x equals y squared, for example, we can come here, we can click this math keyboard, and you have all of the options down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click squared, and there we go. Then I can put my answer down here, and the students will be able to use the math keyboard as well. So that would be a short answer, or you can do single select, or you can do multiple selects. Now you can also do paragraph, but this won't be auto graded. You'll be able to grade it after it's turned in. The other cool thing you can do about practice sets is you can import questions from a PDF. So let's say I would like to import some of these questions from a science review. What I will do is it says already, select each problem you want to import on the left. So this is actually very easy to do, to select multiple things at the same time. So what we'll do is we'll select this one, we'll select this one, and then we'll come down here and we will select this one. You click import questions, and now the students will be able to see the whole picture, and you can either answer like which section. So it's going to say like identify each section, uh, look at the properties of each section, and choose the one that matches the description best. So this tells me an element has waxy low melting point and is not used for wiring at home because it doesn't conduct a current. Right? So then it says you have to choose the one that matches the description best. So this is a good short answer question. We can answer non-metals. And you can tell the students, hey, you've got to put it in like this. You can also give them extra options in case they have some misspellings. And the best thing about this is, oops, I messed up. There we go. Non-metals. Best thing about this is there is an option up here in the settings where you can ignore capitalization. I always suggest everybody have this turned on because it will ignore it correct. As long as it's spelled correctly, it will mark it right. For my math and science guys, allow equivalent answers will also help with that. And there you go. That's your short answer question. So we're going to turn this into a single select, and I will say this one. So I'm just going to make a bunch of answers, and then I will select my correct one. So after that, we can add a paragraph answer, and you can say something like, something out of a question and say, please explain why. The student can put that in. Now, the cool thing about math and science parts is that this is something that you can look up skills for. So this is looking at elements and properties of elements. So what I can do is properties of elements, and I can look for something, predict properties using periodic trends. So this may be close enough. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there so you can see how it works. And here's another one. This will be a single select. And what I can do here is I can do A, B, C, D, or I can do a short answer with the correct letter, and they'll have to mark that. But this is Newton's laws, so we'll look up Newton's laws. And there we go. So now we're going to say done editing. That does save our practice. Try as student will show you what it looks like from the student side. So on the student side, you'll see this. Now, if the student clicks a wrong answer and they click check, it will tell them that they need to try again until they get it correct. This will also log on your side how many times they've attempted the answer and what they've clicked. So you can tell if a student is just clicking through trying to find the right answer, etc. There's also this cool thing called show your work. So if you're looking for me to solve this formula, for example, you can click on here and you can either type to explain, or what you can do is you can do writing, like drawing. So if you click on this inking button, and you select a pen, now you can write out all of your stuff. You can just write out your formula, write out your steps. This is really good for those students with the touchscreen computers because they'll be able to pull this up and then just write on their screen. And then after that, you turn the inking button off and this will stay in here so you as a teacher can view what they wrote. Here, what we want to do is we want to try our thing. So we do that, we click check, try again. And it'll give us either right or wrong answers, but it'll show me how many times I've checked it. So here, what we can do is this will be a paragraph, so it'll say needs teacher to check. And then here is that you will be able to remain moving. But here, what you can do is if you look here, there's an insight button here. So it's a show a hint. So what it will do is it'll pull up some kind of assistance or hint that'll help you with that answer. Now this one doesn't seem to be pulling up. There we go. So it does say elements are arranged by atomic numbers, rows or periods, columns or groups. This may or may not be relevant. So as a math or science teacher, I would recommend that you double check these things. You can also, sometimes it'll pull up on the sidebar multiple options for students to look at, a video, for example, or a process page that shows the process. But then what we can do on the teacher side, and I'll show you mine, is we can go to Insights. So I'm going to pull up one of mine really quickly for you guys to look at. So I title these self checks. But what you can do is when you see this, your assignment page, you can click on Class Insights here. And it'll pull up your performance metrics. So what this does is it shows you how many people have done it, checked it, and if they got it incorrect. So what we can see here is the students attempted but did not correct. So they picked one, but they didn't really check it. So it's hard to see those. But here you can see what this student did. So this student did pick the correct answer for right off the bat. This student here picked it correctly. Now this one you can see plus 3 attempts. So what I can do is I can look and see what they selected first. This is very useful to see if kids are just clicking through to get the right answer or not. And sometimes if they don't fix it, it will keep it as incorrect. So the students will have a chance to fix it. The light green on the columns shows how many students had to do multiple attempts. The dark green is an instant correct. And then you can see the progress of everybody. So that's how you do practice sets, and that's how you implement them in Google Classroom. If you have any questions, you can get with me at abeers@huntsville-isd.org.